Welcome to Brandeis University. It's an institution which started as a business school and later expanded beyond that, but still very much carries that legacy. This is the kind of school with more LinkedIn photo shoots than pep rallies. It can be cold. It can be competitive. Creative circles have their hubs. WBRS, the on-campus radio station, Cholmondelez, a cafe affectionately referred to as Chums. But ultimately, this is not a conservatory, and creative projects require a bit of independent elbow grease. Enter Valentine's Day. They're a 5-member indie rock band comprised of Brandeis upperclassmen. Meet Dane, the frontman.
I don't know. What do you want? What should I say?
Max, on keyboard and mellotron.
CUIXWVUTSRQPONM LKJIHGFEDCBA.
Evan, on guitar and trombone.
My main influences are, the classics, Bach and Beethoven and Mozart. Okay, not really.
Sam, on the drums.
Hello? Oh, it's James Smith with an important message about my vehicle.
And Nate, on the bass. Now, you may notice, Nate's a ghost. Let me assure you, he's also a real person. He just wasn't available for the photo shoot for that album. Coincidentally, he wasn't available to be interviewed either. But here he is, playing a gig at Cholmondelez. I wanted to find out how the band operates, and how their personalities and tastes mesh in the creative process. I asked them all about their musical influences.
Big musical influence for both me and Dane is Car Seat Headrest.
Car Seat Headrest?
We've been obsessed with that band for a long time.
I'm influenced in no small part by the composers of mid-grade public school concert band music.
We got Weezer, we got the Kinks, we got the Beatles, we got the Monkees.
Silly, whimsical 60s pop.
Led Zeppelin, every drummer in the world cites John Bonham as an influence, but John Bonham is an influence.
Radiohead, punk music like Titus Andronicus, older stuff like The Clash.
The metronome.
Can't forget the Zombies.
Tick, tick, tick.
Morning Bell, The Slits, The Sonics.
Britpop in general.
The Cowsills and a lot of those types of bands.
Ski Mask, The Slump God.
Toto.
Pop punk. A little bit of Fall Out Boy, a little bit of My Chemical Romance, a little bit of Panic at the Disco.
What would we even be without Lil B? I don't think Valentine's Day would exist, if I'm being honest.
That's a lot of influences, and I'm sure Nate has even more. But this begs the question, where do their tastes collide? Is there an overarching philosophy informing Valentine's Day as a unit?
What we're making is, for all of its numerous flaws, very, very authentic.
Postmodernism was too cynical. Let's be sincere about things, but acknowledge that they're dumb.
Dane is one of my favorite songwriters. Just period.
I think I connect a lot also with the lyrics that Dane writes, and a lot of especially just comedic bend to what he's writing, the irony to a lot of his songs really connects for me.
I don't know, my music's very okay boomer. I make okay boomer music.
So I think no one in the group takes themselves too seriously.
But at the same time, we have some serious stuff too. Some love songs, some political songs.
I was just listening to our recent single Columbine Kids.
Columbine Kids.
Columbine Kids.
Dane really outdid himself on this one. I've told this to his face, but I think that it's the best piece of songwriting he's ever done.
That one really hits hard.
In a lot of ways, it has a more serious tone, I'd say, than a lot of the music that we're inspired by, just because I think that just reflects more of what it's like to live in our country right now.
I think that it came together really well and was really powerful, and the most I've actually said something. I felt like I said something important, and that was really nice to do.
Sorry for
But again, this is a competitive place. And doing creative work independently is not always easy to juggle alongside classes and other commitments.
It's really hard sometimes.
So I'd say I do sometimes a pretty bad job of juggling it.
It's hard to get everyone together to rehearse in the band. It's hard to get people into the studio sometimes because they all got stuff going on.
Myself, I've got classes like everyone else does, which, it's hard to predict whether I'm just gonna be doing homework all week or if I'll get off easy.
I'm the technical director of WDRS, and I also manage the recording studio.
I'm in a couple other music groups that I play trombone in. There's like a few student-run ensembles on campus.
I feel like I do too many creative things.
I'm a teaching assistant in the computer science department. Right now I'm teaching CS 131A, which is like the highest numbered course in both of the major tracks.
Generally, I'm able to get most of my work done. I just find myself like really tired and lacking the time to like write new songs or like record a lot of music.
So why do the members of Valentine's Day decide to make music in spite of all this?
I have a lot of stuff in my head that I want to get out in a lot of different ways. And I feel like if I don't get it out, and I don't get it out when I have the resources to get it out in an effective way, then I'll just be wasting a lot of time and wasting a lot of energy. And that's stupid and sad.
I wouldn't want to call it an escape, but more of like an outlet to be able to kind of communicate and express or listen to certain kind of emotions that are nuanced in a way that just like talking about them can't really get across.
Music kind of exists in this weird space where you have the construction of the song itself, then the construction of the sound, and then the construction of the recording. And really that multi-layeredness is what I love about it.
Music, I think for the last almost a decade of my life, music has meant like a lot to me. It's sort of like been my primary hobby. And I connect really strongly with a lot of music that other people make, so I really like that I'm finally getting to help create music that I genuinely enjoy and connect with, and that hopefully other people do too.
It'd be like tough to find someone who doesn't at least like music on some level.
I don't know. I like the music I make. I think it's good.